Brawl Stars is in fact dying, but it can be avoided. To do that, we must look in depth at the problems that Brawl Stars is facing right now, and that's what we will be doing in this video. The first topic I want to discuss is the lack of permanent features and the new features just feeling underwhelming or underdeveloped. Although this has been fixed a little bit with new releases of game modes like Brawl Arena and Basketball making its comeback like every so often, but it's not permanently in the game like it is with duels that has now become permanent. But the devs spend a lot of time making new modes like Dodge Brawl, which are not permanent in the game, or Volley Brawl that is not permanent and only come back from time to time. This dev time on things that will eventually be just taken away and completely removed just seems like a waste and just lack of permanent content that keeps people coming back to the game. But also, on the other hand, the devs need to make sure that what they are releasing as a permanent feature are well developed and well thought of. We could see that obviously with records, that it was released way before it should have and was not as thought out and developed as it should have been on release. This has led players to be dissatisfied with the new update and just caused a massive spike in returning players, which is now negatively impacting the game. Collabs also are a great form of content that players really like, that keep them coming back every single day to either do the missions or collect the new special resources that the collab brings, like the Pizza Planet or Krusty Cash. But again, a lot of dev time is put into this and is just later removed. Collabs bring temporary solutions to outlasting problems and only delay the fall off of the game, while also pressuring the devs to make an even better event every single time. The only solution to this would be more permanent features in the game that make it better. Supercell has already been open about the records not being complete and that they will fix it and add more every single update. But Supercell is also making it even better for free-to-play players by making a new way to unlock new brawlers. That instead of these early access offers, people will be able to try the new brawlers before they come out and even earn them for free, maybe in new events or even a new feature that Supercell has not yet revealed. The next topic I want to go into is the time between revealed content and their release dates. The Brawl Talks are usually a couple days before the season ends, usually around 10 days to 7 days, and we know all the new content coming in for 2 months. Usually the hype is really high, but in this update it seemed like it really wasn't. This is not just because of the removal of masteries or the addition of records, but just a staleness of the game and not very permanent features to look forward to. As the time of this recording, Allie was released not too long ago, and I don't know about you, but I have my Allie at like 0 trophies and I haven't played her really one bit. And we still have to wait an entire month or season for Trunk to come out, and it just seems like the time between waiting for it is just a stale period where nobody's playing the game, and I think that's a problem. And I think that's also the reason why the player rate is so low, especially at this time. But Brawl Stars has stuck to this cycle for such a long time, and it's always worked, and the player rate has not been that low. But I think also it's the content in this update that really made it a very all-time low. Nobody really liked the records. And the new content isn't enough to wait for, especially the new brawlers, which are usually the most hype in the update. But then having to wait so long to play them, nobody plays until they really are released, which adds just a stale period of Brawl Stars. Speaking of the new brawlers, the next topic that I want to talk about is that the new brawlers just seem like recycled abilities from the other brawlers, but also just ramped up to 11. This is obvious with the newest brawlers, Allie and Trunk. Trunk is literally just Jackie, but with the critical radius on the edge, while Allie is just Miko and Mortis, but with a new rage feature that makes her way faster with the lower health brawlers, which is just a really broken ability to have on a brawler. Trunk is probably newer out of the bunch, but again, he has Jackie's hit with a critical radius, and his super is kind of unique. I mean, it's kind of just Daryl's, but leaves around a trail of ants and kind of slows down as he hits an enemy, but that's kind of a stretch to put the conclusions there. But with the new brawlers just seeming like reskins of old ones, it really just dies down the hype and makes people not want to play the game. I understand how hard it could be to make new brawlers, but games like League of Legends have a bunch of people in their game, but they're all really different in their respective ways. And I think Brawl Stars could be doing some more abilities that they haven't tried out yet, but just haven't done yet. And if the dev team is struggling really hard to get new ideas, the community is always making brawler concepts that they could either take the abilities from or just take a good inspiration from. The loss of hype around Brawl Stars has really killed it with the player base, and just the staleness of the game is making people not want to come back. I think for Brawl Stars to be revived needs to work on more permanent features while also making sure the features are really well done and will attract hype to players to come, and not just a short-term feature like collabs, which, yes, they do need to be good, but it's just not as important as permanent features that will forever be in the game and affect players throughout the entire lifespan. In my experience, I have felt the staleness of the game and haven't truly played it that much. I've been playing Clash Royale more than Brawl Stars at the moment. So is with my friends too. We've always commented on how Brawl Stars just isn't feeling the same as it was, and it just hasn't been the same. I used to play this game all the time with my friends, like a lot. And you could tell by the videos where it was just a bunch of fun times with the sushi events or just playing the championship challenge. It was always a really good time. But overall, I just haven't been playing Brawl Stars as much as other games, and just it hasn't felt the same. And I don't think that it's just pertaining to Brawl Stars. I think Clash Royale is actually starting to fall off too after its recent hugeness with, you know, Jinxie and Ken and all those Clash Royale YouTubers just keeping the game afloat. Because as new evolutions come out, makes it broken, and then they get nerfed, and the new features aren't as good, and they got rid of 2v2s. But that's a whole rant for a different video if you want to hear that on Clash Royale. But back to the subject on hand with Brawl Stars, it just hasn't been the same, and there hasn't been features that attract players back over time. Even Brawl Stars YouTubers like Nubs have come out about how the viewer rate for Brawl Stars has just relatively declined over this time. Even Kairos has commented in his 100% honest review video on the update with records and just the falling off of the game. He even said that he saw a relative dip in the viewer rate of Brawl Stars. And I truly hate to see that Brawl Stars is going down such a bad path, because I truly love the game and I love making content on it. And it just sucks when the game that I love a lot just does terribly and just isn't doing as good and isn't making as much good features as I know they could make. And that's not just for Brawl Stars, but Clash Royale too. Like, I do love Clash Royale as much as that game just makes me want to rage and break my whole phone, but like, you know, I still love the game and I still like playing it, but they just seem to be going on a downhill spiral. But I truly do believe that listening to the community and just relaying information to them and not keeping them in the dark about bad stuff that they have done or features that will get removed or weren't as complete as they wanted it to. But they have been pretty good with this so far, with saying that they will get rid of the early access offers and making it better for free-to-play players to get the new brawlers and play them before they get released. Supercell seems to be acknowledging their mistakes, and I really hope that they make this next update really big that will attract new players, because the game's going to be bad right now, and it probably will be for another month until the next Brawl Talk is revealed, and we can only hope that the new update will bring so many players back and will just be that great that it'll just fix the whole game. Although it might be unlikely, I really do have hopes for Supercell in this next update. And they don't necessarily have to fix the whole game in this update, but just seeing a relative improvement will be enough for the community, I think, to come back or at least have hope that the game will be revived. I believe the next update will also have a collab, so I think that will be really good hype for the community to come back and just see a new growth of Brawl Stars. Because as it stands now, the player count is down to at the start or end of 2022 when it was the lowest it's ever been. But if Supercell works on these topics that were brought up, I truly do believe that Brawl Stars will make a comeback and just continue to be a good game that the community wants to come back to and will not leave for it to die. Well, that was a long rant, so I hope that at least some people are here to the end and will hear it through. But I just want to thank you all for watching this video and enjoying. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video.